Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, I was telling you how I was having a psychosis episode, and I was running, and I got hit by a car and shit like that, and I jogged. I didn't jog. I ran all the way to Central Park. I jumped into an interstate, hit the floor, and then the next day was school. I think that shit happened on a Sunday because the next day was school. It was Monday, and then what happened was they saw scars and cuts on my face and on my arm, and then they said, what happened? And I didn't want to tell them that I bugged out, so I told them that I got jumped, and that was worse. It was worse. I should have said I bugged out because when you say you get jumped, people be looking at you like, oh shit, niggas is out to get you, and they be worried about you and shit. So they thought I got jumped, but then I had another breakdown. It was like the next day, like I don't know what happened. I don't really remember. It was like the world was sparkly. Everything was glowing. I thought the world was coming to an end. And then I told my assistant principal, Nancy, damn, son, she was worried about me. She said, let's go to the hospital. And I went to the hospital, and then it got worse. The doctor was asking me all kinds of questions, and then I told him some shit, and then he gave me medication, and that was the end of that. That's how I got diagnosed as schizophrenic. I got diagnosed as schizophrenic because I was trying to explain what was going on like in my head. And I was telling him, and then he was like, you gotta go. And then they put me in a psych hospital. The first time I was in a psych hospital, it was weird. It was like everybody went there to chill. It was just little niggas. And all we did was we were trying to like in the psych hospital, high school. When I was in the psych hospital at that time when I was supposed to be in high school, everybody was trying to fuck in the hospital. Everybody was trying to fight in the hospital. Everybody was trying to express different philosophical views in the hospital. Everybody, I didn't see it as mental illness. I think there's people just trying to get their point across or their ideology across and shit like that. It was a lot of that. And I got snuffed by Ronald when I was having a seizure. Nigga came over, he said, "Bong." He knocked me out. But he knocked me out. He knocked me to the ground. And then I was like, my neck started stiffening. I couldn't move. I couldn't move. Felt like someone was in my body just like twisting it. It was crazy. It was crazy, yo. Those are the dark times. Damn, son. I almost died. I could have died. I think it would have been worse if I was outside like that because then I got sick a couple years later and I was on 42nd Street and they were trying to beat up this white kid and then I jumped into that and then next thing you know, these niggas was like, yo, we gotta get the ratchet, and then they went down the block and they popped those shots and they came back and they saw I was still there, so then they were like, you cool. They said some shit like that. I don't know what the hell happened, but them niggas could have shot me. They could have killed me and I could have been dead. That's why I'm grateful to be where I'm at because I could have been dead. Yeah, that's a fact. I had so many hospitalizations. I had mad hospitalizations, yo. It was crazy. Now all I do is, I used to write. I used to write books, not write books, but write in my journal. I got shit like the general of the Ghost Army. People do not know God, and my God is gangster. My God is gangster. That's when I was on my. I was in this weird delusional state, and I was constantly thinking that the world was at war with not other worlds, but like different territory. It was around the time that Kansas City won the Super Bowl. I was always looking at the game, and then I would go outside and walk, and I would be dressed in all black, and I was like thinking that everybody else dressed in black knew what I was thinking, and we were all like on some army shit, some take over the world shit, and I was like bugged out. Yeah, and then one time I was playing chess with this nigga Randy. This nigga, he's a good chess, but he's an old timer. And I was playing him, and he was playing me, and he was just as crazy as I was. Because we played a chess game, and I seen snipers on the roof. And it's like I was like in his mind, and he was in my mind, and we was trying to take each other out. And I was like, what would you do first? You had all the power in the world. What's your first move against what I'm about to do, or the power in the world? And then we were just on the board making moves, boom, boom. And then out of nowhere, my psychosis kicked in, and I saw snipers on the roof, like right across from where we was playing, because we were playing in the balcony. And I was like looking across, and I was like, "Yo, I see red snipers," and I was bugging. I thought niggas was gonna shoot on Randy's command. I was like, "Yeah, but if you shoot me, nigga, I'll shoot you first." And then we would do that with the chessboard, and I was taking pieces. And then later on that night, he bugged out, and I bugged out. I went to 42nd Street because that was around the time the Travis Scott song came out, Goosebumps, and I was like, I thought I was in a video or something. I thought it was crazy. I thought because I didn't even know how I got out. I jumped on the train to go to 42nd Street, and then I felt like the Joker was out there. The Joker. And then I was looking for him. I was on some Batman shit, looking for the Joker. And then I was walking to the 6th train over there by 42nd Street, but from 42nd Street over to the 6th train, that's a walk. So I was walking over there, and then next thing you know, I seen the Joker, and I was following him. And I was following him, and then I caught up to him, and then I became him, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was fucked up. I was like, "Yo," I was chasing this person. I was chasing this person who I thought was the bad guy, and then I became the bad guy. It was crazy. I never had that kind of realization. Like maybe life isn't. Maybe life is just a giant game, like of finding yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you find yourself, you might not like what you find, because you might think you're the hero of the story, and when you're really the villain. And then I was thinking like that for a minute, but then I changed my thoughts. So I was like, I was bugging. I was over there by 42nd Street. It was nighttime too, and I was like seeing Batman. I was hallucinating Batman on the building. Every building I seen them, I was walking towards the building. And I was like going towards the building. That shit was like a walk, but then I started running. I was like, doom, doom, doom. It's crazy. I had more mental breakdowns. I wouldn't say mental breakdowns. Mental breakdowns is more like when you crying and shit like that. But I had more hallucinations than anything. More delusions of grandeur. I had delusions of grandeur. I seen, you know what I'm saying? I seen some shit. And I still think that and I don't know how to get back into thinking like that. I started taking the medication, and that shit just made me feel. The medication made me feel the medication made me feel like nothing's gonna happen after that. Medication makes me feel like because without the medication, I can't sleep. I stay up for days, and then I get energized, and then I'll be in the gym just pumping iron and jogging and shit like that. I get crazy and I start. And then when I'm in tip top shape, I be thinking everybody's out to get me. Not everybody's out to get me, but I be thinking that the world is conspiring. Everybody's conspiring, and I'm not a part of it. Like I don't have a plan. And everybody else got a plan, but then after a while, I realized that everybody's kind of slow because people don't be thinking about stuff. Like people do things, but they don't think about what they do. So it's like they automatons. They just do things without a plan or a purpose. That should be bothering me. It's like, yo, you got to think about everything you do. My life is like, the way I think is like chess. When I make a move, I'll be like, I take the center, I move a pawn to the center, and then I back it with a horse. Because the horse is the horse. The horse is like the knight. It defends. It defends the pawn. So if that pawn dies, you could take it with a knight and then be like, it's over. You can't do nothing for now. You know what I'm saying? I'll be playing chess. But that's pretty much the end of this mental illness rant. But I just want y'all to know what's it like. Because you be seeing people out there bugging out. And you don't know where they at. So you got to be real careful. Because when I was crazy back then, yo, I was bugging. I after a while, I started working with a knife. I was like, yo, I was bugging. I don't do that no more, but I was out there with my knife. I was like, anyone that wants to throw down can do it. I'm not fighting. I'm fighting for life. So it's different. You're seeing people bug out. They be like that. But when I had my knife, I never used it because I never had. I mean, I got it after all the weird fights, the crazy shit. That I got it after. After that, after I got the knife, I never used it because it got real fast. Like shit, somebody pull out a knife on me and I pull out a knife on them. Somebody gotta go. You can always pretend to be a pussy, but sometimes you're not. And that's what I realized about myself. Sometimes I think that I'm just scared I'm just scared of interacting with people because they gotta know that I'm not confrontational. But then they gotta want to be confrontational, and then I'm gonna be like, shit, well, let's figure this out. That's what happened. But that's the end of this.